Sometimes I even surprise myself. Beating with just a Butterfree? Too easy. Can I beat a Pokemon LeafGreen Hardcore Nuzlocke using only B Pokémon? But it's the Kanto dex. Isn't there only like 4 available Pokemon? And isn't one of them Bellsprout? In a Hardcore Nuzlocke, once a Pokemon faints, it's dead forever, you can't use healing items in battle, and you can't overlevel the next gym leader's ace Pokemon. More detailed rules are in the description down below. Before we get started, did you know that only around 20% of viewers are subscribed? Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Also, before Gen 4, moves in Pokemon were either physical or special based on their type alone. The chart is on screen and in the description. Just for transparency, I do use rare candies in all my runs just to speed up grinding. Here we are back in Kanto, playing the first Pokemon game I ever played. I remember back in that run, I chose Bulbasaur as my starter, which is exactly what I'm not going to be doing here. I picked Squirtle and named him Barry. I'm doing this because if I don't have one Pokemon on my team with base stats over 400, I'm going to jump off the SSN. We can't use Barry until level 36 when he evolves into a Blastoise, so I'm going to need some team members. I catch a Weedle on Route 2 named Barbie and a Caterpie in the Viridian Forest named Benny. Barbie and Benny both evolve at level 10 into a Beedrill and a Butterfree, making them eligible to join the team. Their evolutions come just in time for the first gym in Pewter City, where we can take on Brock and his rock types. Now, rock types aren't great for my 2 bug types, especially Benny, who's 4 times weak to it. Our saving grace is Brock's Geodude, who's not only underleveled, but also doesn't have a rock move at all. We can also take advantage of an AI quirk that I don't totally understand, but in Gen 3, the AI tends to copy your stat boosts. Since Geodude can't hit any super effective damage and is also spamming Defense Curl, Benny can hit a Compound Eyes boosted Poison Powder, which can chip Geodude down as we set up 6 Hardens to +6 defense and take it down with a single Confusion. Brock sends out his Onix last to try to take down our superpowered Butterfly. We hit a Poison Powder to chip down Onix like Geodude before, as a 4-time super effective Rock Tomb still does almost half our HP at +6 defense. Another quirk of the Gen 3 AI is that it tends to not go for moves that lower speed if they're faster, even if those moves do the most damage. Onix misses a tackle as a Confusion from Benny does over half. Another tackle misses on the next turn, so one more Confusion can take down Onix and Brock with it. We've beaten the rock type gym with only 2 bug types and claimed our first gym badge of the run. We head through Mount Moon to Route 4 and then into Cerulean City. Since our team is pretty small, we're getting pretty close to the level cap. So before taking on the Nugget Bridge and Blue, we head straight into the gym to take on Misty and her water types. Misty leads with Staryu and I lead with Benny. It goes for a Harden to boost its defense, which isn't super useful against Benny's special Confusion. Staryu uses a Water Pulse that does fairly light damage, as one more Confusion leaves Staryu with a Sliver. Misty heals to full with a Super Potion, so I take the opportunity to connect with a Stun Spore, trying to minimize the damage to Benny. I did accidentally hit Stun Spore again, but don't worry about that. A Confusion brings Staryu back to half, as another Harden boosts Staryu's defense to +2. On the next turn, we actually get the roll this time, as one more Confusion can KO Staryu. Second up and last for Misty is her ace, Starmie, who's actually got really good stats in general, let alone for the start of the game. A critical hit Water Pulse, which also gets the Confusion, as a Stun Spore connects, paralyzing Starmie. I swap into Barbie in her first appearance of the video, as another Water Pulse does 1 HP less than a third. A super effective Twin Needle from Barbie brings Starmie into the yellow, as it goes for a Swift instead of a Water Pulse. From there, one more hit of Twin Needle can take Starmie down, and Misty along with it. We get the Cascade badge and the TM for Water Pulse from Misty, and we're a quarter of the way done our gym challenge. Now that we've got some wiggle room in the level cap, and by that I mean 3 levels, we can take down Blue and the rest of the Nugget Bridge, giving us access to our next encounter. We catch a Bellsprout named Bianca, who can't evolve in this run, so Bianca is going to be a cheerleader for most of the battles. We head aboard the SSN and perform a questionable act in exchange for the cut HM, so we can get access to the 3rd gym, where I use my insane intellect to beat the gym puzzle in 1 try. Yeah, I know guys, it's pretty sick. I'll be signing autographs outside later. With the puzzle solved, we can head up to challenge Lieutenant Surge and his electric types to battle. Surge leads with his Voltorb and I lead with Bianca in her debut. A Sonic Boom does 20 damage, which it always does, as Bianca sets up a Growth to boost her special attack. Another Sonic Boom misses, so Bianca can get off a Vine Whip for free. Voltorb tries a Shockwave this time, but it only does 8 damage to Bianca, as she fires off one more Vine Whip for the KO on Surge's lead Pokemon. Second up is Pikachu. It tries to set up a double team, but Bianca ignores it, connecting with a Vine Whip, which brings Pikachu into the red. Surge goes for the heal, so I try to sneak in a Stun Spore, but it misses. Pikachu tries another double team on the next turn, but Bianca couldn't care less, as another Vine Whip connects, getting the high roll for the one-shot KO. Last up for Lieutenant Surge is his ace, Raichu. It follows in the footsteps of its predecessor by setting up another double team, and you guessed it, Bianca pretends to not notice. Raichu gives up on the evasion strats now, and hits a quick attack to bring Bianca down to just 13 HP. I swap into Benny on another quick attack that does pretty light damage. I decide to risk a crit here as a Shockwave brings Benny down to just 21 HP, but a Confusion does way less than I was expecting. The AI astounds me on the next turn, as Surge uses a full heal to heal the Confusion. I didn't even know full heals could do that. Benny hits a Poison Powder, which can't bring Raichu down after one turn of poison damage. I know Benny can't take one more Shockwave, so I swap into Barbie, who takes it for about a third. Thankfully though, a second turn of poison damage is enough to finish off Surge's ace. That wins us the battle, and we take home our third gym badge of the run. With not much to do, and my lack of willingness to script anything about the Rock Tunnel, we arrive in Celadon City, home of the 4th gym and the Rocket Hideout. With only 3 team members and we're already pushing the level cap of 29, we need to head straight for the gym. We head inside to challenge Erica and her grass types to battle. Erica leads with one of her 2 level 29s, Victory Bell, and I lead with Barbie. I set up a Focus Energy since Twin Needle hits twice a turn, as Victory Bell connects with a Stun Spore, paralyzing Barbie. Not ideal, but we're still in good shape. An Acid on the next turn doesn't do significant damage, as Barbie breaks through paralysis to hit a Twin Needle that crits twice, bringing Victory Bell into the yellow. We repeat the same turn without the crits, but that doesn't matter, as Victory Bell goes down to another Twin Needle. Barbie levels up to 30, which is allowed in my rule set, and Erica sends out her Tangela second. Tangela sets up an Ingrain, locking itself into battle as Barbie stays fully paralyzed. Tangela uses a Constrict for pretty light damage as Barbie stays fully paralyzed again. Another Constrict doesn't even bring Barbie to half HP as she finally breaks through and hits a Twin Needle, which gets 1 crit, making it enough for the multi-hit KO. Last up for Erica is Vileplume. An Acid finally brings Barbie to half as she keeps our ratios balanced, staying fully paralyzed. Another Acid brings Barbie into crit range after a defense drop as Barbie once again stays fully paralyzed. We gotta change strategies now, so I swap into Benny, who gets crit below half immediately by an Acid. Benny gets a critical hit of his own on the next turn, as a super effective Confusion brings Vileplume below half, as it retaliates with a Stun Spore, paralyzing Benny. I'm hoping another Confusion will KO after tanking an Acid to 18 HP, but it comes up just short. Since Erica is going to heal this turn, Benny gets off another Confusion for free, doing a solid chunk of Vileplume's HP. It's not safe to stay in anymore, so I swap to Bianca, who takes an Acid for less than half. Bianca is the most expendable team member right now, so I risk a crit and connect with a Stun Spore, which Vileplume also goes for, leaving us both fully paralyzed. Erica uses a full heal, which I always forget these gym leaders have, as an Acid brings Erica's ace into the yellow, and it gets the defense drop. Now it's time to actually risk a crit, so Bianca stays in to tank an Acid to just 6 HP as she hits another Stun Spore. The team isn't looking super healthy right now, but I still swap into Barbie as Vileplume conveniently stays fully paralyzed. Barbie can outspeed, and with 2 hits of Twin Needle, it's thankfully enough to KO Erica's ace. With her team defeated, Erica gives us the 4th gym badge of the run and the TM for Giga Drain, which is going to be super helpful later on. With our level cap shooting up to 43, we can finally bring back Barry, who evolves first into a Wartortle and then into a Blastoise, who's eligible to join the team. With his help, we can tear through Giovanni and the Rocket Hideout, getting the Sylph Scope in the process. Before we can use it, we need to bribe some guards, so shout out Grandma for the confidential blackmail on the guard captain. Sir, this document here seems to be a court order to stay away from the elementary school. We cut through Saffron City to Lavender Town and enter the famous Pokemon Tower. We beat up a Morning Blue, which is a little f***ed up, like we should really be helping our friend through this tough journey of love and loss, but hey, that's Pokemon, baby. We take down the Angry Mamawok and get the Pokeflute. Before we use that, we gotta take down Giovanni again, which isn't too bad thanks to his team of ground types. So, Koga and Sabrina both have the same level cap of 43, so I decided to take on Koga first, while underleveled, since his team is objectively way worse. Koga leads with his first coughing, and I lead with Benny. I'm not going to break this one down turn by turn, but I'll explain why his team is so easy. Koga has 2 coughings, a muck, and a wheezing. The 2 coughings are basically 340 base stat pylons, giving Koga only 2 real Pokemon. Those 2 Pokemon, however, are mono poison types, which not only have trash stab moves until like Gen 5, they also have terrible learn sets. Koga could have had a Golbat or a Venusaur or a Tentacruel or even an Intimidate Arbok would have made his team better. It's just unfortunate to see that his team is a cakewalk, especially since you get a free Psychic TM in Saffron City, which is what Benny is using right now to tear apart Koga's team. It's a missed opportunity for sure, since there's so many cool poison types, and to make matters worse, Sabrina is actually super formidable at the same level cap with her Alakazam. But I guess that takes care of Koga and wins us the 5th gym badge of the run, along with the TM for Toxic. We're going to jump straight from here to the Saffron Gym, where we can challenge Sabrina and her Psychic types. Sabrina leads with Kadabra and I lead with Barbie. I set up a Focus Energy for Twin Needle, as Kadabra sets up a Calm Mind. Since Bug is a physical type, that special defense boost won't save Kadabra, as it goes down to a single hit of the multi-hit Twin Needle. Second up for Sabrina is Mr. Mime. Thanks to the Focus Energy boosted critical hit, Mr. Mime can also only take 1 hit of Twin Needle before going down. Barbie has swept through half of Sabrina's team as she sends out her ace, Alakazam. It outspeeds, but it goes for a Future Sight, leaving Barbie at full HP and giving her the opportunity to cleanly KO Alakazam with a multi-hit Twin Needle. Sabrina's last Pokemon is Venomoth, who isn't a poison type, but I guess it knows Psybeam. I stay in and use a Twin Needle for some solid damage, as Venomoth just misses a Supersonic. So I stay in and miss a cut, while Psybeam does solid damage and gets the confusion, before Future Sight brings Barbie to 41 HP. I swap into Barry, who tanks a Psybeam for light damage coming in. From there, a single surf is enough to take down Sabrina's last Pokemon, securing us the win. Sabrina gives us our 6th gym badge and the TM for Calm Mind. Our crazy gym speedrun isn't over yet.
Beep, beep.
I'm still driving this bus like my dad, picking me up after going to the bar. Was that too dark? We head into Blaine's gym on Cinnabar Island to take him on and his fire types. Welcome everyone, one and all, to the best show on Cinnabar Island. This is without a doubt the greatest spectacle on this side of Route 21. I guarantee it. Without further ado, we present Death by Surf. Sorry guys, all these bits are so stupid today. Yeah, Barry rolls through Blaine with exactly 4 surfs and a little bit of help from Takedown Recoil on Arcanine. That's 7 badges down with only 1 to go. We walk out of Blaine's gym and... no, Bill, I don't want to go to the Sevilla. We do this stupid quest and surf back to Pallet Town. From there, it's a straight shot to Viridian City and the 8th gym leader, Giovanni and his ground types. Giovanni leads with Rhyhorn and I lead with Barry. Thanks to the 4x weakness, Rhyhorn goes down to a single surf. Second out is Dugtrio. Even though it does manage to get off an Earthquake for some light damage, Barry can pretty easily KO Dugtrio with another surf. Nidoqueen comes out 3rd for Giovanni. The bulkier of the 2 Nidos can't withstand another surf from Barry, taking down the 3rd Pokemon of the fight in a single surf. 4th out is Nidoking. He quickly follows in the footsteps of his queen, going down to a single surf as well. Last up for Team Rocket's boss is his 2nd Rhyhorn. Unfortunately, I didn't heal before the fight and I have no surf PP left, as I swap into Benny on an Earthquake that he's immune to. Since Benny has the 4x super effective Giga Drain TM, he can cleanly KO Rhyhorn in 1 shot. With that, we've taken down Giovanni, gotten our 8th gym badge, and the TM for Earthquake. Now that we've got all 8 gym badges, it's time to challenge the Elite Four. Before we do that, we do need to get through Victory Road. So we take down Blue for the last time and make our way to the Indigo Plateau and the Pokemon League. With only our 4 trusty team members, we get up to the level cap and step in to the Elite Four. Our first battle is against Lorelei and her ice types. She leads with Dugong and I lead with Barry. A Brick Break does more than half, as a resisted Ice Beam does light damage. Well, that's awesome. Thankfully, Berry does defrost right away, so one more Brick Break on the next turn can KO Lorelei's lead. Second up is Cloyster. It protects on the first turn, but on the next one, a resisted Surf does over half as it sets up the Hail. One more Surf from Berry can KO Cloyster, and Lorelei sends out her third Pokemon, a Slowbro. I swap into Barbie as Slowbro sets up with an Amnesia, boosting its special defense by 2 stages. A Twin Needle from Barbie brings Slowbro into the yellow as a Surf in retaliation doesn't even bring Barbie below half. One more Twin Needle on the next turn can finish off Slowbro, leaving Lorelei with only 2 Pokemon left. Fourth up is Lapras. I swap back into Berry, but Lapras uses a Confuse Ray, which is definitely less than ideal. I swap into Bianca to tank a Body Slam, and then right back into Berry, this time on an Ice Beam for almost nothing. A Brick Break brings Lapras into the yellow, activating its Citrus Berry, as a Body Slam does the same to Berry, but thankfully not paralyzing. I use an Earthquake this time, trying to avoid the potion range, as another Body Slam brings Berry to 56 HP. From there, we can use one more Brick Break to take down Lorelei's ace. The last Pokemon we've got to take down is Jinx. I swap into Barbie as Jinx misses a Lovely Kiss, which makes my life way easier. From there, a single critical hit from Twin Needle is enough to take down Lorelei's last Pokemon. That wins us our first battle of the Elite Four with 3 more to go. The second member of the Kanto Elite Four is Bruno and his fighting types. He leads with Onix and I lead with Berry. A single 4-time super effective Stab Surf can KO Bruno's lead in one shot. Second up is Hitmonchan. Another Surf does over half as it just misses a Sky Uppercut. One more Surf can KO the first Hitmon from there. Third up for Bruno is his second Hitmon, Hitmonlee. An Earthquake does more than 3/4 as a Brick Break does about 1/3 in return. On the next turn, a Surf can KO the last Hitmon. Fourth out is his ace, Machamp. An Earthquake does less than half as Machamp uses a Scary Face as a form of speed control. I swap into Benny now on a resisted Cross Chop that only does 24 damage. Benny can outspeed and take down Bruno's ace with a super effective Psychic. Bruno's last Pokemon is his second Onix. Just like against Giovanni, Benny can also take advantage of the 4x weakness, as a single Giga Drain is enough to cleanly take down Onix. With that, we're halfway through the Elite Four with our entire team left. The second half of the Elite Four begins with Agatha and her Ghost types. Well, actually Poison types. She leads with Gengar and I lead with Benny. It tries to set up cringy evasion strats with Double Team, but a Psychic connects anyways, just missing the KO. Agatha heals, but a Psychic from Benny gets a critical hit, saving us some time and KOing Agatha's lead. Second out is Golbat. Golbat hits a Confuse Ray, but Benny connects with a Psychic through Confusion that just misses the KO again. I'm not willing to test my luck anymore, so I swap into Berry as an Air Cutter does light damage. After taking one more Air Cutter, Berry can finish off Golbat with a super effective Ice Beam. Third out for Agatha is Arbok with Intimidate. At -1, an Earthquake won't KO, so I swap back into Benny on a Sludge Bomb that does way more than I was expecting it to. To make matters worse, Arbok outspeeds Benny and brings him to just 15 HP with another Sludge Bomb before Psychic misses the KO on the third Pokemon in a row. This is not looking good. I swap into Barbie on a Bite for some light damage. Thankfully, Barbie can outspeed and finish off Arbok with a Cut. Fourth out for Agatha is her Haunter. This puts me in a really tough spot now, since Benny was not supposed to be that low, so I'm going to need to rely on Berry to take down Gengar in the back. That means Barbie is going to need some luck to survive. A Pursuit does around 1/3 as a Hypnosis from Haunter misses. Another Pursuit brings Haunter into the yellow as it misses another Hypnosis. A Pursuit just misses the KO, which feels like the theme of this entire battle, as Haunter uses a mean look, preventing Barbie from switching out. Agatha heals to full as a Pursuit does about 1/3 again. A Twin Needle somehow gets 2 crits, but it leaves Haunter in the yellow, as a Hypnosis finally connects. That puts Barbie to sleep, and without the ability to switch out, Barbie doesn't stand a chance. She goes down to 2 Dream Eaters from Haunter. Sorry Barbie, it shouldn't have ended like this. I bring in Berry. He can outspeed, and thanks to the damage from Barbie, a single Surf can KO Haunter. Last up for Agatha is her ace, Gengar. A Sludge Bomb brings Berry into the yellow as a Surf does over half, even after Citrus Berry recovery. That means after tanking one more Sludge Bomb to 40 HP, Barry can take down Gengar with another Surf. With that, we've taken down Agatha, but lost a valued team member in the process. Our last Elite Four battle is against the former champion of Kanto, Lance, and his Dragon types. He leads with Gyarados and I lead with Benny. A Dragon Rage does 40 damage as per usual, as a Giga Drain does about a quarter in return. Lance actually switches on the next turn, bringing in his ace Dragonite, who tanks a Giga Drain from Benny for light damage. I need a safe swap into Barry with Ice Beam, so unfortunately, Bianca has to pay the ultimate price. Our biggest cheerleader and our greatest friend. I bring in Barry. He outspeeds and a 4-time super effective Ice Beam can cleanly KO Lance's ace. Second out, or third out, I don't know, is Lance's first Dragonair. Barry can again outspeed and KO with a single Ice Beam. Gyarados comes back out next. I swap into Benny, who takes a bite for some light damage coming in. After another bite, a Giga Drain from Benny gets a critical hit, bringing Gyarados into the yellow and getting some solid recovery. That recovery is actually super huge, because Gyarados randomly pulls out a Hyper Beam, which smashes Benny to just 28 HP, as a Silver Wind does almost nothing and doesn't get the boost. On the recharge turn, I'm hoping a Giga Drain will KO, but it doesn't, leaving Gyarados in the red. Since I know Lance is going to heal, I take the chance to use a Stun Spore, paralyzing Gyarados. I swap back into Barry now, who gets hit by a Hyper Beam to just over half. An Ice Beam on the recharge turn does less than half, but I think it's enough to get it done. 2 more Ice Beams can finish off Gyarados, letting me breathe a huge sigh of relief, until I remember there's still one Pokemon left. Lance brings out his Aerodactyl last. It smashes Barry with another Hyper Beam, which he barely survives on 4 HP before a super effective Stab Surf can finish off Lance's last Pokemon. With that, we've barely beaten the Elite Four. NANI? Hey guys, Editing P here. So remember how I just said, oh yeah, there's one Pokemon left? There was actually 2 Pokemon left. It's not a big deal since it was just Lance's second Dragonair, but yeah, I didn't record that on my script. My bad. Anyways. Where was I? Oh yeah. With that, we've barely beaten the Elite Four, but can we take down the champion? After using a couple rare candies to match Blue's level 63 Venusaur, we challenge him for the title of Indigo League champion. Blue leads with Pidgeot and I lead with Barry. It tries some accuracy shenanigans, but Barry connects with an Ice Beam that once again just misses the KO. Blue heals and Barry just misses the KO again, so it might have not even been a roll. After tanking an Aerial Ace for a quarter, Barry can finally finish off Pidgeot with a third Ice Beam. Second out for the champion is Venusaur. We can afford to stay in here since Venusaur's only grass attacking move is Solar Beam. We miss our second Ice Beam in a row, thanks Pidgeot for that one, as Venusaur sets up another growth to +2 special attack. We finally connect with an Ice Beam on the next turn as Venusaur starts to charge for a Solar Beam. Thankfully, Benny is 4 times resistant to grass, so this should be an easy switch. Or is it? Stay with me. If I swap to Benny and KO Venusaur, it'll probably get the Sun Up since Benny can't one-shot it. Once I KO that, it'll bait in Rhydon with super effective Rock Tomb, which I can KO with Giga Drain, but I can't stall the Sun thanks to that 4 times super effective move. So that means Arcanine will come in with the Sun Out, which can outspeed and one-shot Benny with a Sun boosted Flamethrower. So I need to swap into Barry then. The problem is, Barry can't take a Flamethrower extreme speed combo from Arcanine thanks to the Sun boosted damage on Flamethrower. Even if Arcanine magically low rolls both, since Sun reduces the damage of Surf, one Surf can't KO, meaning we'd still have the same problem, but this time without Barry. So the only choice is for Barry to hit this Ice Beam through an accuracy drop. Barry nails Venusaur with an Ice Beam, giving us a chance at victory. Alakazam comes out third. A Psychic does solid damage, gets the special defense drop, and, as a little cherry on top, an Earthquake misses. Well, this went from good to terrible in literally 1 turn. I swap to Benny, who takes a Psychic for less than half. Benny dodges a crit like the Chad that he is, and gets one of his own, as a Silver Wind can take down Alakazam in 1 shot. Luck hasn't been on my side in this battle, but I think the tides are turning. Rhydon comes out 4th. A 4-time super effective Giga Drain does in fact get the one-shot KO, and gives Benny some really solid recovery. 5th out for blue is Arcanine. Since there's no sun, I can swap into Berry on a resisted flamethrower for some okay damage. Arcanine now goes for extreme speed, which leaves Berry with just 9 HP before Surf can one-shot KO. That leaves blue with only one Pokemon left, his Gyarados, thankfully without Hyper Beam this time. We need a safe swap to Benny for this last Pokemon, so our starter, the one that started this journey with us, must take one for the team. Berry fires off an Ice Beam for some solid damage as a bite from Gyarados takes his remaining 9 HP. What a hero. I bring in Benny. A Giga Drain does light damage as a Dragon Rage does its normal 40 damage. We trade those exact moves again, and I think it's time to end this. But then Gyarados uses Thrash and it brings Benny to 28 HP, meaning that if Gyarados had just pressed that earlier, we would have totally lost. But it doesn't matter since he didn't, so a Psychic from Benny can finish off Gyarados and take blue down along with it. With that, we've officially become the Indigo League champion and beaten a Pokemon LeafGreen Hardcore Nuzlocke using only Pokemon whose names start with the letter B. Thank you guys so much for watching. This run took a lot of planning and I still probably should have lost at the end. I'll dedicate this run to the champion AI, I think. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I really did. If you liked it, let me know by hitting that like button, and if you want to see more content from me, the only way to do that is by hitting that subscribe button, unless you somehow know where I live and you're watching me type this right now. Who the f are you? Ah! Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this one. If you want to see another Kanto run, check out my Pokemon Fire-Red-C only video. And if you're feeling like a different region, check out my Pokemon White 2 D only run. With that being said, guys, I've been PomminPs, or P for short, and I'll see you next time.